You shameless bitch. Going after another woman's man? You even brought it into the office. Qingxi, stop! Are you crazy? Zhang Chao, if you don't fire this bitch today, we're done. Xiaoying, your brother, Why does she get to call you brother? Your second wife sure likes to overstep. If the Zhang family can't even make room for its rightful daughter, then I'll take what's mine, including mom's 20% stake in the company. See you in court, you wouldn't dare. Xiaoying, don't. As for what the Zhang family owes me, starting today, I'm settling every last account. All project milestones are currently on schedule. We expect the third quarter collection rate to rise by 5 percentage points. You shameless homewrecker. My heart felt like it had been dropped into ice water, growing colder by the second. Your second wife sure likes to stick her nose into everything. Jiang Ying, take care of your family mess first, Mr. Jiang. We can finish my work report another day. Qingxi, that's enough. Jiang Chao, you'd better explain this. We'll talk at home. No, we're clearing this up right now. Who exactly is this woman? Who am I? I'm Jiang Chao's sister, his biological sister. Ha, who did you think I was? That's impossible. Ha ha ha. He never told me. He said he didn't have a sister. There's a lot he never told you. Just because you don't know about something doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Do you think I shouldn't exist as his sister either? Xiaoying, enough. Let's go inside and talk. No, we'll talk right here. Miss Song hit me right here in front of all my coworkers. So now I'm going to clear this up right here, in front of everyone. Jiang Chao, 3 years ago I graduated from college. You told me to join the company, start at the bottom and prove myself. You said keeping our relationship quiet would avoid favoritism and keep the pressure off me. For 3 years, I worked the most overtime, had the best results, and got paid the least. I never complained. I thought you were testing me. Now I get it. You weren't worried about pressure on me. You were worried about your new wife, Ms. Song. You didn't want her knowing you had a sister to look after, or that part of the Jiang family business would one day belong to me too. Right? Just as I thought. His silence was answer enough. Xiaoying, no, sis, I didn't know. I misunderstood everything just now. Ms. Song, don't call me that. You haven't earned the right. And I don't need your apology either. I only want one answer. Who told you I was a homewrecker? Who was whispering lies in your ear and got you so worked up that you stormed into the office and caused a scene without even knowing the truth? Mr. Jiang, So he's her brother. What an interesting company you've got. Your HR manager even manages what gets whispered into your wife's ear at night. Should I applaud your leadership skills? She's really your sister? Couldn't you all just talk this out? Making a scene like this looks terrible. Manager Wang, perfect timing. You saw Miss Song hit me just now, didn't you? I just got here. I didn't see anything. Is that so? You're the HR manager and a company executive. The boss's wife attacked an ordinary employee for no reason. How do you think this should be handled? Mr. Jiang, Xiaoying, enough. I was wrong. I apologize to you on Song Qingxi's behalf. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sis. I really messed up. Please forgive me. It sounded so cheap, so ridiculous. Keep your apology. These are all my personal things. As of today, I quit. Xiaoying, you can't leave. This is our family's company. How can you just walk away? Our family's company. Brother, ask yourself honestly. In the last 3 years, did you ever treat me like family? Like your sister? You told me to hide who I was, and I did. You told me to start at the bottom, and I did that too. I thought you were toughening me up. Now I know you were just using me to keep your precious wife happy and protect that pathetic marriage of yours. Jiang Ying, you've really disappointed me. Whoever wants this crappy company can have it. I'm done putting up with you. 3 years of pressure and resentment finally seemed to lift. Jiang Ying, you've gotten bold. I just heard you caused a huge scene at the company and now you want to quit. Who gave you the nerve? Dad, I'm not going back to the company, and for now, I don't want to go back home either. What exactly do you want? Are you not satisfied until you tear this whole family apart? Song Qingxi, she already said she'd apologize. What more do you want from her? Since none of you care about me, from today on, I'm living for myself. Driver, take me to Gold Medal Law Firm. Everything that belongs to me, I'll take back with my own hands, one piece at a time. Thanks, driver. Hello, ma'am. Do you have an appointment? I'm here to see Attorney Gu Yanji. Of course, please wait a moment. Ms. Zhang is here to see Attorney Gu about an urgent property matter. Attorney Gu is waiting for you in the meeting room. Please follow me. Right this way! Everything about this place said one thing, power. Ms. Zhang, have a seat. The front desk only noted an urgent property matter. Why did you insist on meeting in person? Because some things have to be said face to face for you to understand how serious I am. Would you like something to drink? Ice water, please, thank you. Attorney Gu, I was assaulted. This morning, at my company, in front of all my coworkers. The person who hit me was my boss's wife. She slapped me twice and called me a homewrecker. And my boss, her husband, didn't say a single word the entire time. And here's the funny part. That boss is my biological brother. So you want to sue them? Sue who? For domestic violence or workplace bullying? Those 2 slaps aren't worth my time. I came to you because I want back what's mine. The 20% stake in Zhang Group that my mother left me. Is there a will? Yes. When my mother died, She had an attorney notarize a formal will. It states that all assets in her name, including that 20% stake, automatically transfer to me when I turn 25. I just turned 25 this year. Do you have the original will? No, my father should have it. My father, Jiang Hongyuan, is the current chairman of Jiang Group. Was your brother Jiang Chao born to your father and his current wife? No, we have the same mother. Did your father ever remarry? No, he never remarried after my mother died. I see. Your brother hid your identity partly to reassure his insecure second wife, and partly because of the shares in your name. They probably think those shares are better under their control than yours. That's exactly what I thought. Attorney Gu, I don't want to sue them. At least not yet. I just want to get back what's mine first. I want you to represent me and handle the legal process for transferring the shares. Whether they cooperate and how they do it can be dealt with afterward. Ms. Jiang, you're smarter and calmer than I expected. Working with smart people is always a pleasure. Here's the representation agreement. Take a look, my fees aren't cheap. Money isn't an issue. Besides the shares, my mother also left me a trust fund. Attorney Gu, I'm leaving the rest to you. Don't worry, I'll move on it as quickly as possible. Take care, Ms. Jiang, thank you. Uncle Jiang, it's me, Jiang Ying. Miss Jiang, where are you right now? Tell my father, 3 p.m., Jingshin Tea House. I need to discuss my mother's estate with him in person. If he's late, I'm leaving. The first step was done. Now it was time to face the man I called my father. Ms. Jiang, the table you reserved is ready. Nothing has changed in 10 years. Even Mom's favorite seat is still here. Everyone out. You called me here just to give me attitude? You threw the whole company into chaos and now you won't even answer my calls. Jiang Ying, who gave you the nerve? Before you ask who gave me the nerve, maybe you should ask who did this to my face. Jiang Zhao told me. Song Qingxi got confused and misunderstood you two. He already apologized on her behalf. What else do you want? Do you really have to make the whole family look this bad? Family. The tea was still hot. But my heart was getting colder by the second. Dad, ask yourself honestly, if I really mattered to you as your daughter, why did I have to hide my identity for 3 years in my own family's company? I made you do that for your own good. Starting at the bottom was meant to train you so you could take on bigger responsibilities later. Keeping your identity private kept people from gossiping and putting too much pressure on you. Really? Was it really for me? Or for your precious son, Jiang Chao? Was it for me, or so your darling daughter-in-law Song Qingxi wouldn't start overthinking things? Dad, let's stop pretending and say it straight. I know exactly what you're thinking. You were afraid Song Qingxi finding out about me would affect her marriage to Jiang Chao. More than that, you were afraid she'd learn about the 20% stake Mom left me and realize the Jiang family fortune wasn't completely settled. So you let Jiang Chao hide me away in some corner of the company, like I was someone the family had to be ashamed of. You thought that would keep up appearances and preserve your happy little family, didn't you? Nonsense. Jiang Ying, is that any way to speak to your father? Mr. Jiang Hongyuan, I didn't ask you here to be lectured, and I didn't come to argue. I came to inform you of something. I've hired attorney Gu Yanji to handle my mother's estate and inheritance matters in full. Her will is very clear. When I turn 25, I automatically inherit everything in her name. I've already had my 25th birthday. Are you threatening me? No, I'm not threatening you. I'm simply taking back what was always mine. If you and my brother cooperate with my attorney and complete the share transfer, we can still be father and daughter, and Jiang Chao and I can still be brother and sister. If you refuse, then I'll see you in court. And when that happens, we'll find out whose reputation gets ruined and which family becomes the talk of the whole city. In that moment, the fake image of a loving father and daughter between us shattered completely. I'm not going back to that so-called home for now. Xiaoying, I know you're in there. I came alone. Xiaoying, I finally found you. How did you know I was here? I asked Uncle Jiang. You went to see Dad? Dad's furious. After he got home, he smashed the coffee table in the living room. Was he really mad at Song Qingxi? Why take it out on the coffee table? Xiaoying, I know you're angry. What happened today was my fault. I failed to protect you. I was a jerk. I haven't been a good brother. Please, just give me one chance, okay? Come home with me. We'll sit down and talk to Dad. We can work out the shares. There's no need to make a family matter this ugly by bringing lawyers into it, right? Do you remember when we were kids? The neighbor's big dog chased me and I couldn't stop crying. You ran over with a stick, stood in front of me and chased it away. You were only 10. Of course I remember. From that day on, I thought my brother was the bravest person in the world. I thought you'd always protect me and never let anyone hurt me. But you've changed. You're not the brother who stood in front of me with that stick anymore. You're someone who stands by and does nothing when your marriage and your interests are on the line. Jiang Chao, you disgust me. I just froze. I didn't know how to react. Stop making excuses. Yours and Dad's are equally pathetic. They're useless. You didn't come because you truly feel sorry. You came because I hired a lawyer. Dad sent you, didn't he? He told you to calm me down, get me to cancel the retainer, then buy yourselves time to figure out how to trick me out of my shares. Leave, before I call hotel security. Do you really have to do this? We're family. If this blows up and the stock price drops, the entire Jiang family loses. You're destroying all of us. I'm not the one who destroyed this family. Your greed and selfishness did. The moment you decided to hide my identity and use me like a pawn, this family was already broken. Ms. Jiang, it's me. Uncle Jiang gave me your temporary address. Our monitoring system just flagged something I need to verify with you in person. Mr. Jiang is here too? Even better. The post hit the trending page about 10 minutes ago, and it's spreading fast. The photo was cropped to show only the moment her hand was raised and your head was down. The post claims you used your position to get close to Mr. Jiang and tried to break up his marriage. They hid who I was, then turned around and used that to smear me. It also says you tried to attack her after you were exposed. There are already over 100 comments, the reposts keep climbing, and people have dug up your name and former job title. They didn't just hit me, they're trying to destroy my reputation too. Song Qingxi and manager Wang. It couldn't be anyone else. This is what your wonderful wife has done. This can't be true. Song Qingxi, how could she? How couldn't she? She had no problem hitting your own sister. What wouldn't she do? Go back. Tell Song Qingxi, tell manager Wang, and tell that high and mighty father standing behind you. The game starts now. Song Qingxi didn't mean it. I can make her delete the post right now. I'll make her apologize, and we'll end this here. Shh. Delete the post? You think the internet forgets? Who knows how many screenshots and reposts are already out there? My name, Jiang Ying, is now permanently tied to the word Mistress. It's like, and now you're telling me to delete it? Too late. You can leave. Ha ha ha! Or I can call hotel security and staff up here right now and let everyone see how Jiang Group's general manager harasses his so-called female subordinate late at night. I'm going to drag every person who stepped on me back to where they belong and make them answer for it. Attorney Gu, what should we do now? The standard approach is to send a legal notice, demand the platform remove the post, then issue a formal clarification. But that only treats the symptom. It could even trigger a second wave of discussion. I don't want just a statement or some gentle clarification. I want them to pay the full legal and reputational price for what they did. I knew you wouldn't settle for the softest option. Where do you want to start? If the company's surveillance footage still exists, that's the most direct evidence. Once the original video is made public, every rumor falls apart. Good idea, but the surveillance footage is internal company material. Your father, Zhang Chao, and HR can all block you from getting the original. They may have already sent someone to delete it. That's why I need your help. I need you to preserve that footage and legally obtain a usable copy. Ms. Jiang, this goes beyond our original retainer. Online defamation, evidence preservation, and any later public use all require additional authorization. And there are risks. The evidence must be obtained legally, and the chain of custody must be complete. Money isn't the issue. As long as we save the video, I'll pay double for the extra work. This isn't about the money. I first need to confirm the video still exists and who has touched it. I want evidence that will hold up both in a public clarification and in legal proceedings. First, we'll prepare an evidence preservation notice tonight to lock down the footage and access logs. Second, find whoever actually manages the system. Third, verify the servers and any personal backups. I'll give you the first results in person by 10 a.m. tomorrow. The first round of results. Good. Guyanzi was the only ally I could trust now. They're even digging up my college and places I used to live. Song Qingxi, manager Wang. You'd better pray that surveillance footage is really gone for good. Huh, 1 premium steak and add a glass of red wine with dinner. Thanks. You need a full stomach if you're going to keep fighting. Enjoy your meal. That night, there were no nightmares and no tears. Ms. Jiang, it's me. This is Xiao Li, the network administrator at Jiang Group. He contacted my team last night on his own. Ms. Jiang, what they're saying online isn't true. We all saw Mrs. Song hit you yesterday. Are you okay? I'm fine, thank you for coming. There's something I'm not sure I should say. Only tell us what you personally saw, were directly told, or personally did. Yesterday afternoon, manager Wang told me to go to the server room and permanently delete all surveillance footage related to that morning. Did you delete it? I did. Manager Wang is my direct supervisor, so I was afraid to disobey him. But I knew something was wrong, so I secretly made a complete backup of that segment. Xiao Li, thank you. 3 years ago, when I first joined the company, I didn't know anything. Once I messed up server data and almost caused a major loss. You stayed and helped me check every backup one by one. You pulled 2 all-nighters to restore the data piece by piece. In the end, you even took the blame, got chewed out by management for me, and never threw me under the bus. I've never forgotten that. I won't expose you unless it's necessary, and Attorney Gu will do everything possible to protect your identity. I prepared some emergency money for you personally. Take it. No, Miss Jiang, I can't take it. I'm not helping you for money. I know. This isn't payment. It's a thank you and a safety net in case you lose your job. It must be documented as having no connection to the video or your statement. Take it just in case. Whether you testify later or not, I won't ask for it back. Thank you, Miss Jiang. Go back to work. Act like nothing happened today, okay? The copy matches the original file checksum. This is my pledge of loyalty. We have the evidence, and the next step is already set. As your attorney, I've formally notified Jong Group and demanded a special board meeting. There's only one item on the agenda, discussing and completing every procedure related to your inheritance of Ms. Lin Wen's 20% stake. Your father can ignore his daughter's request, but the board can't ignore a shareholder who's about to own 1/5 of the company. The meeting is set for 3 p.m. today. That fast? It needs to be fast. I'll meet you downstairs at Jong Group at 2:50. Okay, we'll go in together. Ready? Let's go. I'm attorney Gu Yanji, legal counsel for Ms. Zhang Ying. We're here for the 3 p.m. special board meeting. Please verify the documents and notify the appropriate office. Chairman's office, Attorney Gu and Ms. Zhang Ying have arrived. Ms. Zhang, did you really have to take things this far? Uncle Zhang, take us to the conference room. Please follow me. Come in. In an instant, every eye in the room landed on me. Zhang Ying, you still have the nerve to show your face here? Do you know how much the stock dropped this morning because of you? You've humiliated the entire Zhang family. Everyone here is a company veteran. I'm sure they care even more than I do about why the stock fell. You say it's because of me, so can you explain in front of everyone exactly what I did that made the stock price drop? The rumors about you and your brother are disgraceful. Then why don't you explain in front of all these senior directors exactly what our relationship is and where those rumors came from? What is it, brother? Afraid to say it. Brother, what kind of relationship is that supposed to be? Or are the rumors true? Do we really have some dirty secret between us? This is a board meeting, not a place for your nonsense. You're Attorney Gu, right? This is a Zhang family matter. It's none of an outsider's business. Take her and get out right now. Chairman Zhang, first, I'm not an outsider. I'm Ms. Zhang Ying's authorized attorney. Second, today's meeting is not about family matters. We're here to discuss company business. This is the notarized will of my client's mother, Ms. Lin Wen. This is Ms. Zhang Ying's identification and proof of parentage, and this is the formal application submitted to the board for inheritance of the shares. Under the will, from the day Ms. Zhang Ying turned 25, she automatically inherited all assets in her mother's name, including 20% of Zhang Group. The 10th, noon on the 12th, the 10th. Legally speaking, my client, Ms. Zhang Ying, is now Zhang Group's second largest shareholder. If you want to remove the company's second largest shareholder from a board meeting, is that your personal decision or the board's decision? I'm her father. I'll handle the will myself. I don't need you coming here and telling me what to do, and I certainly won't let some little girl meddle with company shares. Dad, I'm not here to negotiate. I'm here to inform you. Mom left those shares to me. This is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Chairman, calm down. Xiao Ying, right? I'm Uncle Li. I held you when you were little. Bringing this to the board does look bad. Maybe your father just forgot to process the shares in time. He's still your father. Do you really think he'd cheat his own daughter? And those rumors outside are obviously nonsense. It's probably just some troublemakers gossiping behind your backs and trying to turn your family against each other. It's all a misunderstanding. Clear it up and it'll be fine. Uncle Li, you're right. Someone was spreading rumors, and it was definitely a misunderstanding. A pretty big one. Big enough that I was attacked twice for no reason and almost had my reputation completely destroyed. So before we discuss the shares, I think we need to clear up this so-called misunderstanding. This surveillance footage has documented provenance, sealed preservation, and integrity verification. The original device was not brought here. What you're about to see is a verified read-only working copy. We expect the third quarter collection rate to rise by 5 percentage points. You shameless homewrecker. He hit me with his car, and Daxon's son too. You actually stopped him. This man of yours, unclear audio, unclear audio, unclear audio. Directors, what you just saw was an authenticated, continuous working copy of the surveillance footage. It was recorded yesterday morning in the project office on the 23rd floor of Zhang Group. My client, Ms. Zhang Ying, was giving a normal project report when she was attacked twice without provocation. The attacker was Ms. Song Qingxi, wife of General Manager Jiang Chao. She also publicly insulted my client's character. General Manager Jiang Chao, Ms. Zhang Ying's direct supervisor and one of the group's top executives, witnessed everything and did nothing to stop his wife. He then allowed online rumors to spread, falsely portraying his own sister as a mistress. So I asked the board, if a company's general manager can't even protect his own sister while she's being attacked right in front of him, how can shareholders trust him to protect the company's interests? And if the chairman sees his own daughter suffer this level of harm and humiliation, yet responds by silencing the victim and trying to hide the truth, how can anyone trust him to lead this company toward a fair and transparent future? Chairman Zhang, this is extremely serious. The woman in that video is Mr. Zhang's wife, right? How can she just walk into the company whenever she wants and attack an employee in public? This is a corporate office. not a street market where people come to vent their anger. Director Joe is right. We've all seen how bad public opinion has gotten. Everyone knows it. Why did the stock fall today? We can't keep blaming Ms. Zhang Ying. The market is worried about management losing control. It's worried the company can't respond fairly and quickly in a crisis. Management owes all shareholders a formal explanation, and we need to find out who inside the company enabled this and tried to cover it up. There must be a formal investigation. No more delays, and Ms. Zhang Ying deserves a public and fair resolution. What exactly do you want? It was the second time he'd asked me that. At the tea house, he'd asked from a position of power, almost accusing me. This time, cornered and exhausted, there was compromise in his voice. My demands are simple. First, a public apology. Whoever attacked me, whoever helped create or spread the rumors, must personally apologize. I don't want some cheap private sorry. I want a formal public apology posted on the same forum, from the same account that posted the malicious accusations. It must clarify who I am, explain what really happened, and formally apologize to me, Zhang Ying. Can you do that? Second, fire manager Wang. He's the HR manager. His job is to protect employees' basic rights. Instead, he stirred up conflict, spread rumors, and even took part in a malicious attack on my reputation. Someone like that has no business running HR. Third, and most important, cooperate with Attorney Gu and complete every inheritance procedure for the 20% stake in Zhang Group that my mother, Ms. Lin Wen, left me. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., I want every. Otherwise, today's surveillance video and the other preserved evidence can legally be released to explain what happened. I'm sure plenty of media outlets would be interested in Zhang Group's internal management problems. Are you threatening us? I'm not threatening you. I'm stating a fact that will happen if you refuse these terms. Brother, this is only the beginning. I can put aside the humiliation and hardship I endured at the company for the last 3 years, at least for now, but not 1 cent of what Mom left me is yours to touch. Anyone who tries will have to fight me all the way to the end. That's enough for today's meeting. Meeting adjourned. You two, get out! Zhang Ying, are you happy now? You turned this family upside down and humiliated both me and your brother. Do you think you won? Are you proud of yourself? I never saw this as winning or losing. From the very beginning, you never treated me like family. To you, I was just someone you could sacrifice. I never wanted us to end up here. You pushed me closer to the edge, step by step. Now I'm only asking for justice for myself. Is that wrong? Those are my terms. Whether you accept them is your choice. Xiao Ying, don't do this. I'm begging you. Qingxi knows she was wrong. She's barely holding it together at home. Please let her go. Let all of us go. Just this once, okay? Let you go? Then who was supposed to let me go? I was exhausted, yet lighter than I'd ever felt. Have some water first. Hey, how did it go? Not great. It felt like a family trial that spun out of control. Exactly as expected. For someone used to controlling everything, nothing makes him angrier than losing control. Will he accept my terms? He will. He has no other choice now. What you did at the board meeting today shook Jiang Hongyuan's position with the board. Those directors are experts at repositioning themselves when the tide changes. They saw your value. For the company's stability and their own interests, they'll pressure your father to compromise. What he's really trying to protect now is his precious son's seat as general manager. I'll take you back to the hotel to rest. Leave the rest to me. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., I'll make sure every document they need to sign is laid out in front of you. Okay, they've already met the first 2 conditions. She admitted that she hurt you in a moment of anger. She publicly confirmed that you're Zhang Chao's biological sister, admitted every rumor calling you a mistress was false, and asked for your forgiveness. What people care about most now is your real identity, and Song Qingxi's attack without verifying the facts. Overnight, public opinion completely flipped. Most people now know you weren't a mistress, and the majority are sympathizing with you. Zhang Chao's management ability and his position as general manager are also being questioned. I didn't feel any satisfaction at all. And one more thing, Wang Jinghui has been removed as HR manager, and the group has terminated his employment. Faster than I expected. To save Zhang Chao, he had to sacrifice a pawn first, to protect the king. Your read was right. Those were the 2 easiest conditions for him to meet. The real fight is this one. He won't give in on this easily. I know. Shareholder register, dividend records, voting right confirmation, and every signed document. Nothing can be missing. We still have some time before 10. Hotel Concierge. Good morning, Ms. Zhang Ying. A Mr. Li personally left this invitation at the front desk this morning. Xiao Ying, if you're free, Uncle Li would like to invite you to morning tea. He mentioned my mother's shares. Looks like a new ally had come looking for me. Interesting. Looks like you're not the only person on the Zhang Group ship who wants a new captain. Director Li didn't suddenly remember his niece. He saw which way the board was leaning, and he saw the leverage in your hands. Go. That morning tea is worth having. I'll go hear what he really wants to say. You may hear something even more valuable than the 20% stake itself. Sit. Good morning, Uncle Lee. Try this. Pre-King Ming Longjing from this year's harvest. It took some favors to get it. Thank you, Uncle Lee. You really went through a lot at yesterday's board meeting. Your father has always been stubborn as an ox. He'll never change. And Zhang Chao? I watched that kid grow up. He's good in many ways, but sooner or later, it'll cause an even bigger problem. Your mother died young and you've had a hard time on your own all these years. But seeing you yesterday put me at ease. You have your mother's presence, maybe even more courage than she had. Xiaoying, taking back your shares is only the first step. Have you thought about what comes next? I haven't fully decided yet. I'd appreciate your advice, Uncle Lee. Your father isn't young anymore. In recent years, he's become more stubborn and conservative in how he runs the business. He's rejected several new projects that had real profit potential. All he thinks about now is handing the company over smoothly to Zhang Chao. Zhang Chao is good at maintaining what's already there, but he's weak at expansion. Worse, he's too driven by personal relationships. He hires based on who he's close to, not who's right for the job. One HR manager was enough to throw both the company and his family into chaos. Your mother and grandfather put a lot into this company too. They worked hard to build it. If everything is handed to Zhang Chao, he'll slowly drain it dry sooner or later. So, Uncle Lee, what exactly are you trying to say? I asked you here today because I want to be straight with you. Those of us who've spent our lives at this company refuse to watch it be destroyed by someone who can't handle the position. You hold 20%, making you the second largest shareholder. If we join forces, your father can no longer make every decision alone. We could even go one step further and put you on the board. Me? Yes, you. Uncle Lee, I'm still too young and I don't have enough seniority at the company to command everyone's respect. How could I just join the board? Experience can be built. We all saw your decisiveness and nerve yesterday. In those areas, at least, you're far stronger than Zhang Chao. If you're willing, I and several other senior directors will support you. And as for your father, he's not exactly without vulnerabilities now. What vulnerabilities? Do you remember the Beihai New Energy project the company acquired 5 years ago? I've heard of it. It was one of the group's biggest investments in the last decade. In 5 years, it hasn't generated any real profit. Instead, the company keeps pouring money into it every year, like a bottomless pit. Back then, your father pushed the acquisition through against strong opposition. Several of us senior directors voted no, but it didn't matter. He used every voting right he could control, including the portion your mother left to you. What? While you were a minor, he could exercise certain shareholder rights as your guardian. But acting on your behalf didn't mean he could ignore your interests completely. He used that authority to force the acquisition through. And the legal representative of Beihai New Energy's largest equipment supplier is an old college classmate of your father's, the guy who used to sleep in the bunk above him. A chill ran up from my feet. I finally understood. Maybe they weren't refusing to return my shares just because of the money. Maybe they were even more afraid I'd follow the shares straight to the Beihai project and every old deal buried behind it. Now you understand how powerful this card is. How you play it is up to you. Uncle Lee, thank you for telling me this today. Tell me how you want to work together. That secret felt colder than the 2 attacks on my face. This was my father, the man I'd once believed was a mountain that could never fall. Only now did I realize that behind that silhouette were deals I'd never seen. Xiaoying, what do you want? I came to apologize. I'm sorry. What happened the day before yesterday was my fault. I didn't understand the situation. I believed what Wang Jinghui told me. He said there was something inappropriate going on between you and Zhang Chao. I got angry, lost my head, and rushed to the company. I truly never meant for things to get this bad. Xiaoying, sis, please forgive me just this once, okay? I already received your public apology. Attorney Gu gave me a printed copy. It was thorough and sincere, but making a public apology doesn't mean I'm required to forgive you. That's different. That letter was for everyone else to read. Today I'm here to apologize to you for real. Your brother hasn't properly come home in 2 days because of this. Dad tore into me too. I know I was wrong. For the sake of the Zhang family, please forgive me. Stop. This is a hotel lobby. Stand up. I have important things to do today and I'm not in the mood to keep talking. Go home and don't come to the hotel to corner me again. If it happens again, I'll have the hotel preserve the record and turn it over to the police and my lawyer. Jiang Ying, I've already humbled myself this much and begged you. What more do you want? Do you have to tear this family apart before you're satisfied? Even if my marriage to Zhang Chao really falls apart, don't think you'll get anything extra from the Zhang family because of it. Song Qingxi, are you scared? Scared of what? You're scared my brother might really choose divorce. You're scared you won't be the general manager's wife anymore. More than that, you're scared your lifestyle, your resources, and your status will all change. You're talking nonsense, I'm not. You know better than anyone whether that's true. Your biggest problem isn't this one impulsive mistake, it's that you've never understood your real place in the Zhang family. You thought marrying Zhang Chao made you the true lady of the house. You thought that as long as you pleased my father, your position here would be secure forever. You were wrong. To my father, you're more like someone who can keep Zhang Chao calm. When necessary, he can even use you to restrain him or keep an eye on him. You're not nearly as important as you think, and you definitely don't get to decide who belongs in the Zhang family. Ah! What? You want to hit me again? I'm not going to stand still and let you hurt me anymore. The hotel cameras and witnesses are all here. A relationship held together by surveillance, suspicion, and control will only keep you living in fear. Right on time. Have some coffee first. You look pretty good. Seems like you got some decent rest last night. Not bad. How did morning tea with Director Lee go? I got more out of it than I expected. He mentioned Beihai New Energy. He also said my father used the voting rights attached to the 20% stake Mom left me. The project hasn't made a normal profit in 5 years, but the company keeps investing more. The biggest equipment supplier is Bohai Technology, and its person in charge is supposedly an old college friend of my father's. Did Director Lee show you any original documents? No. For now, all we have is his word, so it's only a lead, not a conclusion. But he did make the direction of the investigation much clearer. You have 2 options. First, put the Beihai lead on the table today and use it as formal leverage. Demand that they immediately complete every share transfer procedure. If they keep stalling, we move to preserve the relevant records and launch an investigation. The advantage is speed. The downside is it'll alert them immediately. What's the second option? Stick to the original plan. Get your shares back, become a major shareholder with real inspection and voting rights, then use your formal position to push the board and an independent audit. It's slower, but it gives you the strongest long-term oversight. I choose the second option. I don't want to trade one secret for one signature. I want the power to keep investigating, keep asking questions, and stop the same thing from happening again. I knew you'd choose that. One negotiation only solves the immediate problem. Legal inspection rights, voting rights, and an audit mechanism are what give you long-term governance power. Come in. Attorney Gu, Chairman Zhang, and General Manager Zhang are here. Send them in. Everything she asked for is here. Once the procedures are completed, this dispute ends here. For now, don't return to the company as an employee, and I don't want to discuss family matters anymore. The percentage and ownership details match. The current documents show no obvious issues with form or required signatures. After you sign, the company still has to update the shareholder register and complete the related registrations. You can sign now. This is what Mom left me. It's what I was determined to get back these past few days. Before I sign, I have one last question. What new condition are you adding now? It's not a condition, not yet. I've been looking through some of the company's old public financial reports. One project caught my attention, Beihai New Energy. It put a huge financial burden on the company, and funding has continued for years. I want to know why you were so determined to push that acquisition through. I don't know what you're implying. It was a normal business decision. It's fine if you don't understand. Let's try another question. Isn't Beihai New Energy's largest equipment supplier Bohai Technology? Do you know the person in charge there? I heard he was also a close college friend of yours. That's enough. Jiang Ying, what exactly are you trying to do? First, I'm taking back the shares Mom left me. I won't publicly accuse anyone based on unverified information. I'll sign this agreement, and I'll also investigate the Beihai project legally and thoroughly. Once I officially become the second largest shareholder, I'll exercise my shareholder rights. First, I'll lawfully nominate myself for a seat on Zhang Group's board. Second, I'll initiate an independent audit of Beihai New Energy. We'll examine the acquisition, valuation, original voting procedures, every major procurement contract, payments, additional investments, and whether any relationships between suppliers and decision-makers should have been disclosed. The auditors must be independent and cannot be chosen solely by the current managers of the project under review. Do you think that proposal will pass once it reaches the board? Dad, what's wrong, Dad? Dad! Chairman Zhang, can you hear me? He's breathing. Don't move him unnecessarily. Someone has collapsed in the conference room. Call emergency services now. Don't shake him. Lay him flat. I thought I'd feel hatred, maybe even satisfaction. But in that moment, my mind went completely blank. Patient is unresponsive. Keep him lying flat. Sudden loss of consciousness. Transport him to the hospital immediately. Dad, hang in there. Jiang Ying, are you okay? What about these documents? Pause the signing and leave all documents exactly as they are. Let's go to the hospital first. Once we know his condition, we'll decide the next step. With Chairman Zhang down, the company could quickly face a power vacuum. If he can't perform his duties in the short term, board authorization and company disclosures will both be affected. First, we confirm his condition. Happy now? Dad is still in there fighting for his life. If anything serious happens to Dad, I'll never forgive you for the rest of my life. Let go of her. This is a hospital. Touch her again and I'll call the police immediately and preserve all surveillance footage. She's the one who pushed Dad into this. The cause is for doctors and test results to determine. Until we have those results, you have no basis to blame anyone. All his life, he'd followed the path his father laid out for him. When things were good, he was Mr. Jiang. The moment his father fell, he didn't even know what to do next. Who is an immediate family member of patient Jiang Hongyuan? I'm his son. I'm his daughter. The imaging results are back. The patient has an acute cerebral hemorrhage with a relatively large area of bleeding. He was brought in quickly, and his vital signs are currently stable. However, he remains in a deep coma. When will he regain consciousness? We can't say for sure right now. His condition still needs further evaluation, and we can't draw conclusions based only on an argument. The family should be prepared for long-term treatment and rehabilitation. So he'll wake up soon, right? Please tell me he can wake up. We'll continue treatment, but no one can make that promise right now. My father was admitted to intensive care, and my brother collapsed right in front of me too. Where did that leave me? With the chairman unable to perform his duties and the general manager currently unable to manage company affairs, the company has to activate emergency governance procedures immediately. Only then did I realize Jiang Group was truly about to change. If anything changes, call the doctor first. Don't let him leave the room alone. During intensive care, our medical team is responsible. Family members cannot arrange for people to enter on their own. Once his condition allows transfer out, please arrange an assessment immediately. For now, we need to confirm payment arrangements for treatment, observation, the hospital room, and nursing services. Pay all necessary treatment and nursing expenses for both of them through the trust account, following proper procedures. You've arranged everything clearly. If anything changes, we'll explain it to you in person. I did what a daughter and a sister should do. But inside, I felt neither grief nor relief. Only silence. Given the situation, the company needs to formally determine whether both men are temporarily unable to perform their duties. An emergency board meeting must be held tomorrow at 9 a.m. The directors will propose it under the bylaws, and you'll submit the agenda as a 20% shareholder. Before that, finish your own signatures. These pages have already been validly completed. Chairman Jiang does not need to sign them again. The internal shareholder register has been updated, 20%, with voting rights exercised personally by Jiang Ying. External procedures still need to be completed, but you can now exercise the corresponding shareholder rights under the internal register. Now it's the company's turn. Director Li, the agenda is complete. The formal meeting is tomorrow at 9 a.m. Send notice immediately. Key directors must attend within the required time. Don't let him leave the hospital on his own. Call immediately if anything changes. So what happens to the company now? An emergency board meeting will be held tomorrow at 9 a.m. Under whose authority? Director Li Chongyan and other directors will call it under the bylaws. Zhou Yuanda will handle formal notice and attendance confirmation. I'll submit the motion as the second largest shareholder. We follow procedure, but we don't give up the initiative. What are you going to do about Jiang Chao's shares? They're his shares, so they stay legally in his name. His dividends and shareholder rights won't be taken away just because he's hospitalized. But owning shares isn't the same as running the company. He can no longer use his title to control day-to-day decisions. You're still leaving him a way out. Stripping him of everything would only create a bigger conflict. Let him keep what he's legally entitled to, while putting operational control back under proper governance. That's safer for everyone. Who are you choosing for chairman and general manager? The board handles oversight and major decisions. The general manager handles operations and execution. I have a plan, but it has to be approved at the meeting table. Unclear audio. Unclear audio. Unclear audio. This attendance and authorization documents are valid. This emergency board meeting may proceed. Chairman Jiang Hongyuan is currently in a deep coma and cannot handle company affairs in the short term. General Manager Jiang Chao is hospitalized for observation and is also not fit to make major operating decisions at present. Good morning, directors and attending shareholders. We're not here today to fight over a position in one family. We're here to restore order, leadership, and oversight to this company. I nominate Jiang Ying as acting chairman. She owns 20% of the company and is currently the second largest shareholder. The events of the past few days have also shown that she can maintain judgment and execute under pressure. Ms. Jiang is certainly capable, but she's too young. We've all seen her ability, but she lacks board and senior management experience. If she controls both the board and operations, wouldn't that create another concentration of power? A senior director can chair the board while a professional manager runs operations. I understand everyone's concerns. I am young, and I do lack experience in board governance. So I decline the nomination for acting chairman. I nominate Uncle Lee to chair the board. He knows the company, understands the bylaws, and has enough support among the directors. The chairman is responsible for convening meetings, oversight, and major decision procedures. You're better suited for that role than I am. You're giving me the board position? Then what are you planning to do? I asked the board to appoint me acting general manager. Until Jiang Chao is able to resume his duties or the board decides otherwise, I'll be responsible for day-to-day operations, business management, and project execution. The board will handle strategic oversight and major matters. The general manager is responsible for actually carrying out board resolutions. The acting chairman cannot bypass management and interfere directly in daily operations, and the general manager cannot. Beihai will stop all new non-essential spending. Normal operations must continue, and no one person can control the independent audit. Put every one of these boundaries into the formal resolution. I accept the nomination. The core motions have met the approval threshold. The resolutions are now effective. I will accept board oversight, and I ask every department to cooperate in restoring normal operations. First, suspend all new non-essential payments for Beihai New Energy. Second, seal and preserve 5 years of contracts, payment records, and board materials. Third, I want a complete document inventory before the end of today. This emergency board meeting is temporarily adjourned. Implementation begins immediately. Preserve Jiang Chao's office first. No one may enter without authorization. Use this as your temporary operations command center. The office is only for temporary use. I'm not taking over the chairman's private space. The seals are intact. The company seals aren't here. Leave everything as is. Any opening must be documented by 2 people. Company seals remain under dual control, and major documents must circulate according to the resolution. This used to be the place where my father gave orders. Now it was only a starting point for me to put the company back in order, so we really did once laugh together like this. When did everything become what it is now? Maybe the cracks widened little by little after Mom died. Dad buried every emotion inside control. My brother learned dependence. I learned obedience. But I couldn't keep handing the company's future over to those wounds. Mom, your daughter has grown up. I'll protect what you left behind and I'll get to the bottom of Beihai. But I won't become another person who believes only in his own power. Come in. Is the inventory and sealing complete? Yes, the safe and private documents remain sealed. Congratulations, President Jiang. Don't use the wrong title. Director Li is chairman. I'm only the acting general manager appointed for the emergency. The title isn't what matters. What matters is that starting today, you have to make this company truly function again. Thank you. You pay my fees and I provide professional services. That's our arrangement, but you really are one of the most unusual clients I've ever had. What's so unusual about me? You have the courage to fight back and the brains to do it well. But even at your angriest, you never abandoned the responsibilities you had as a daughter and sister. You also didn't use Jiang Chao's hospitalization to strip away all his legal rights. Most importantly, when you had the chance to grab all the power for yourself, you chose to put limits on it. I'm not as noble as you make me sound. I'm just tired. I don't want to prove the pain I've suffered by humiliating anyone else. Let the evidence decide who bears what responsibility. How are things at the hospital? There's no obvious change in your father's condition. His vital signs are stable for now, but he's still in a deep coma. The doctors haven't given a clear timeline for waking up. I understand. Jiang Chao is awake. The doctors still want to keep him under observation. Does he know what happened at the board meeting? Yes, he's very emotional and has asked to see you. I'll see him after the doctors say he's calm enough. There's also a document delivered by Song Qingxi's attorney. What document? A draft divorce agreement signed unilaterally by Song Qingxi. She wants to divorce Jiang Chao. She's made the proposal, but the agreement isn't effective yet. She says she won't seek any of Jiang Chao's premarital property or company shares, but their marital assets and debts still need to be verified. We can't simply say she's walking away with nothing. That's their marriage. I won't make decisions for either of them, and I won't use my company position to interfere. I'll have her attorney negotiate directly with Jiang Chao. Right now, I'm more concerned about Beihai. Start with the acquisition, valuation, contract performance, and payment amounts. Then check equipment acceptance, voting procedures, and disclosure of related relationships. First, build the full factual picture. Then decide who should bear what responsibility. The scope of work will expand, so we'll need to supplement the retainer. After working together this long, Attorney Gu, no returning client discount? We can create a new phased fee schedule and put it into a supplemental engagement agreement. Just a phased quote? Attorney Gu, you really know how to do business. Once the engagement is over and any conflicts of interest are cleared, I can invite you to dinner in my personal capacity. We'll talk after all the work is finished. Until then, let's do the job properly. Come in. The Beihai document room has been sealed under dual control, and every entry and exit is logged. The inventory lists 42 contracts and supplemental agreements, but we've only found 39. 3 supplemental agreements are missing from the file cabinets. although corresponding payments appear in the financial system. Images of payment vouchers for 3 months are incomplete, and the original attachments haven't been found either. The largest payment was 32 million yuan to Bohai Technology for equipment upgrades. The additional payment, contract, final acceptance, and some approval attachments don't match up right now. Start with that 32 million. Cross-check the contract, approvals, invoices, acceptance records, and bank receipts together. Keep the document room sealed. Legal, finance, and audit will inventory everything jointly. Also pull file access logs and company seal usage records. First, lock down the documentary chain. President Jiang, there's one more thing to verify about the approval date for that payment. It falls exactly on the anniversary of Ms. Lin Wen's death. This afternoon, go to the Beihai Project Archive and find every missing document one by one.